In the time of the judges, when Israel had no king and everyone did what was right in their own eyes, there lived a woman whose quiet courage and loyalty would change history. Her name was Ruth, a Moabite widow. Her journey of loss, survival, faith, and unexpected love would lead to the rise of Israel's greatest king, and eventually, the Messiah himself. Ruth's story begins with grief. She had married into an Israelite family living in Moab, but tragedy struck, her husband died, and so did his father and brother. Left with no security, no future, and no children, Ruth faced a choice: return to her people, or stay with her aging mother-in-law, Naomi. With a heart full of loyalty, Ruth spoke words that echo through Scripture: "Where you go, I will go, your people will be my people, and your God, my God." Together, Ruth and Naomi journeyed back to Bethlehem, poor, broken, yet full of quiet hope. Arriving in Bethlehem at harvest time, Ruth sought work. She went to gather leftover grain behind reapers. Israel's law allowed the poor and foreigners to glean what was left behind. As she worked under the hot sun, a wealthy landowner arrived. Strong, noble, respected by all, his name was Boaz. When he noticed a young woman diligently picking up grain, he asked his workers, "Whose young woman is this?" They replied, "It is the Moabite woman who came back with Naomi." Boaz approached Ruth with unusual kindness. He told her to stay only in his fields, drink from his water jars, and stay close to his servants for protection. He then instructed his workers to deliberately drop extra grain for her. Ruth bowed in humility and asked, "Why have I found favor in your eyes, since I am a foreigner?" Boaz answered with gentle admiration. He had heard of her devotion to Naomi, her courage to leave her homeland, her faith in the God of Israel. That day, Ruth returned home with far more grain than expected. Naomi knew immediately, "This man is our kinsman. He is one who can redeem us." Naomi, seeing hope for Ruth's future, gave her careful instructions. Ruth washed, perfumed herself, and put on her best garment. At night, Boaz slept on the threshing floor to guard his harvest. Ruth came quietly, uncovered his feet, and lay down. It was not seduction, it was a humble, symbolic request for protection and marriage. At midnight, Boaz awoke, startled. "Who are you?" Ruth answered softly, "I am Ruth, spread your wing over your servant, for you are a redeemer." Boaz, deeply moved, spoke with tenderness, "May the Lord bless you. You have shown greater kindness by not going after younger men. Do not fear. I will do for you all that you ask." But Boaz was a man of integrity. There was another man who legally had the first right to redeem Ruth. Boaz promised, "If he will not redeem you, I will." Early the next morning, Boaz went to the city gate, the place where legal matters were settled. The nearer kinsman came by, and Boaz announced the situation before witnesses. When the man learned he would also have to marry Ruth and give her children who would inherit Naomi's family land, he declined. Before the elders of Bethlehem, Boaz declared, "You are witnesses today that I have redeemed Naomi's land, and taken Ruth the Moabitess as my wife." The elders and people blessed them with powerful words, "May the Lord make this woman like Rachel and Leah, and may your house be like the house of Perez, whom Tamar bore to Judah." Boaz married Ruth, and the Lord granted her conception. She bore a son, Obed. Naomi, once bitter and empty, now held a grandchild in her arms. The women of Bethlehem rejoiced, saying, "Blessed is the Lord, who has not left you without a redeemer today." Obed grew up to father Jesse, and Jesse fathered David, the shepherd who would become king. Through Ruth, the hard-working foreign widow, and Boaz, the honorable man of kindness, God preserved the royal line. Their love story began quietly, in a field filled with fallen grain, yet it shaped the future of Israel. Boaz redeemed Ruth out of compassion. Ruth embraced Naomi out of loyalty. Together, their simple choices produced a lineage that led to King David, and ultimately to Jesus Christ, the Redeemer of the world. A foreigner became family. A widow found hope. A farmer became a hero. And a gentle love story changed eternity.